Yo, what is going on, everybody? IG here, back from another video. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. So today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about our game 2 predictions of Lakers versus Warriors. Just like the previous video, which in the previous video, I was right. I had Lakers winning game 1 because they absolutely needed to take game 1. I feel like that was a golden opportunity for them just because, again, like I mentioned in the previous video, Warriors were coming off of a 7-game series against Sacramento. Lakers closed out in 6 against Memphis, so they had that additional rest. You can tell by the game, you can tell by Darvin Ham's approach in the game as far as letting AD and LeBron kind of play extended amount of minutes. He saw the opportunity and he went for it. And I have to give him credit. I got to give him credit because those are some of the adjustments and things that, us Lakers fans kind of talked about throughout the year as far as Darvin Ham not adjusting and just not coaching very well. But I feel like over the last couple of games, he's definitely stepped up as far as adjustments and planning, and that was a good opportunity. 100% they needed to get that game because you definitely did not want to go down 0-1 to Golden State with the potential of going down 0-2 against them, because your chances are coming back from that series is very slim. It was overall a very, very good game. It was a stressful game, especially towards the end. I was feeling pretty comfortable. I was talking my shit a little bit whenever Lakers went up double digits. But of course, Warriors do what they do. They can shoot themselves back into the game very, very quickly. And they made some adjustments. Steph Curry kind of, he was playing off ball kind of somewhat through the first 3 quarters. And then they ended up shifting Draymond to the 5. Steph Curry started to play a little bit more on ball. And then that was a huge difference as far as the game kind of going towards the last minutes. A lot of people talked about it as far as saying like Steph Curry needed to play more on the ball. Steve Kerr didn't make the adjustments, whatnot, quick enough. I feel like that's going to be the case. This game. They're going to do a little bit more zone, which, yeah, because Lakers can't shoot, but also, too, you got to realize, Lakers are going to make the proper adjustments as well. I would probably post up LeBron a little bit more, post up AD more. They're going to crush the boards just because Golden State, they just don't have the size, especially if you're going to play Draymond at the 5 in zone. I feel like that's an opportunity for them to get a lot of offensive rebounds and crush the boards, but we'll see. And then, of course, another thing, Steph Curry playing on ball more, doing a little bit more pick and roll, which I feel like it's going to benefit them a lot more. But also, you just don't want to give them a heavy dosage of that, because one, I feel like that's going to tire Steph out at some point. So you don't want to completely just throughout the whole game play on ball with Steph and just run pick and roll, especially because the Lakers can eventually they can trap that and whatnot. But overall, I feel like there's going to be some good adjustments. Same for the Lakers side. LeBron, I feel like he kind of his game 1s are typical like that as far as the fill out game. Overall, he had a decent game, but he's terrible from 3 right now. He's just completely lost his shot. He hasn't regained it. I feel like that's going to come back at some point. Hopefully it happens in game 2. But overall, I felt the Lakers, they did what they kind of needed to do that first game. I feel like they should get greedy, and then something Hams talked about a little bit more, stay greedy. Don't get too comfortable because, going to Golden State, if you're going to knock out the defending champs, a split, no, you gotta try to put your put your foot on their necks and try to take them out. So I feel like Lakers are gonna have the right mindset. I feel like it's gonna start with LeBron just because LeBron knows Golden State, kind of like what I mentioned in my previous video. That's his kryptonite. So I feel like he's gonna have his team ready to go. He's not gonna have them feeling comfortable. They should not feel satisfied. They should not feel comfortable because, again, Golden State, they can turn the series very, very quickly. A lot of people talked about Jordan Poole in that last shot, but at the end of the day, it was a good look. Yeah, people would have preferred if he kind of stepped in a little bit, but it was a good shot. He was an open shot. I feel like, Clay's gonna do Clay things. I feel like he's kind of found his shot again in this first game. Jordan Poole looked pretty good. Steph is gonna do Steph things. Looney, he's a monster on the offensive board. So I feel like he's gonna continue to do good. He just can't keep up with AD, right? You're not gonna match him point for point. Yeah, you can kind of help, with the rebounds, but again, it was a wash. I know people kind of talked about the referees and the fouls and whatnot, but yeah, you can call that either way, but Lakers are the more aggressive team, especially because they don't got the jump shot. So they're definitely attacking. They're putting constant pressure on your defense. you know, and they were the #1 team in the league as far as drawn fouls. So I feel like that's not going to change now. So plus, you know, Golden State, they do what they do. They're going to jack up threes. They jacked up like 50 plus threes. So, you know, you just gotta, do what you can from that standpoint. But game 2, I have the Lakers winning. I have Lakers winning game 2. They need to win game 2. I'm not satisfied. I'm not comfortable with the split. So I feel like they're gonna have the right mindset. But they're gonna have to establish AD early on. They don't want to, you know, have AD try to, you know, establish his game later in the games. They need to come out aggressive with the right mindset with AD. I don't need AD jacking up threes. All right, I don't need him in the corner jacking up threes. He needs to be in the paint as much as possible. Keep running the pick and roll with D'Lo. D'Lo had a great game. Austin Reeves had a good game. Vando did what he did from the defensive standpoint. So I feel like they got the right, they got the right mindset. They just got to continue to make fine adjustments to their game plan. I think they'll be all right. But overall, I do have the Lakers winning game 2. They need to win game 2. That's just coming from a LeBron fan. So who do you guys have? Do you guys have Lakers? Do you guys have Golden State? What's your guys' thoughts? We'll see. You know, it's about to be tip off here pretty soon. I'm excited. Very, very, very excited for this game. Like I said, I've mentioned in the previous video, I think it's going to be the best series in the entire playoffs. And so far from the views and the records, it's definitely showing that way. So overall, leave your thoughts down below. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, because I got more content coming your guys' way shortly. All right. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.